Hi guys, my name is Sansi, and this will be a reading for Gemini July 2023. And I would just like to thank all my new subscribers. I really appreciate the thumbs up and the subbing and everything. I'm really trying to make this channel grow, so I'm putting a lot of work into it while I have a full-time job. So, but how I do this is completely intuitive, and I use remote viewing. So I mix the two. I shuffle the cards, I'm just going to explain a little bit, how I do this. I knock on the deck, I shuffle them good, cut them in 3 piles, do all that. I take one off the bottom. I only have time for a 3-card spread right now because I have a full-time job, and it's like physically demanding. It's like a workout for 8 hours. So I just don't have a whole lot of time, and this is very time consuming. It takes up my whole 2 days off work, so I barely have time to do a load of laundry or a couple of dishes, but I love it. I love doing it for you guys, and yeah, it makes me happy, and I just hope that it gives you, some kind of guidance. Of course, these cards are not set in stone. You can change whatever, whenever you want. So if you have a little bit of a negative reading or something, you can change that. So the outcome is not set in stone. It's just a little guidance, just a little bit of help. And I also, here, I'll show you how I do this. So let me tell you real quick about this deck. It's a Rider-Waite. It's 44, I think going on 45 years old. You see it's not laminated. This is a really old deck. And this deck helped me find my daughter. So when my ex-husband kidnapped her when she was little, he had her for 10.5 months, but I found her with this deck. So this deck is amazing. It is never wrong. It's just always spot on. So I will always use this deck, and but I'll throw in like animal totem card or something like that, something different sometimes. And this month we're gonna do Crystal Angel cards by Doreen Virtue. They're just beautiful. The cards are really beautiful, and it just adds clarity to your reading, and I think it's fun. So that's what we're doing this month. And then I have crystals setting up here. I ring a bell to clear the area. I do the tuning fork. This one is 528 hertz. I'll move it a little closer. So I have the deck of cards here. You can't see it in the camera, but okay. And it kind of like sings, like sing. So hopefully you'll hear it. Here we go. So I do this all prior to starting the video. So I do this on both decks. I also, clear my own self, the whole area. I bring in the messages that are needed for this reading, and I go over my whole body, and I go over my cat as well because she loves it. And I also burn incense, which I just did a little 59 second video on this, one of those short videos. And this is, I just got this not long ago here on Amazon, and it's here so you can see Satya, Satya, but they have a lot of different brands. I'm sure they all work well, but this one works really good. I burned only like part of a stick when I felt some negative energy in the house, and I mean, it just cleared it out. Better than sage and better than Salo Panto, but I still love them both too. So I broke my black glasses, my favorites. So these are just dollar store, but they'll have to do. I don't like them very well. They're too tight, you know. But anyway, so, and it smells really good. It smells kind of cinnamony, spicy, and a little bit of flowery smell. And then I don't have an incense burner yet. I'll get one in the next week or so, because I usually do sage or Salo Panto. So I have sage in here. That's what that is right there. And I covered it with tin foil. So then I just light this and I'll stick it in the top and it'll burn. And, you know, because if you're not familiar with these little stick incenses, they're like a cigarette. So they'll have ashes as it burns down. So you want to have a plate, a pie plate, tin foil, something, or an incense burner to catch the ashes so you don't set anything on fire, right? But anyway, I'll light this right now, and it'll burn through the, I still have your reading and 2 other readings to go, so, but this will last through both, or all 3 of the readings. So I'll give a little for you. Clear the area. Clear myself. Yeah, this stuff is amazing. Normally, I've been burning this, but normally I would do the whole house and leave a window cracked open or a door cracked open just a little bit so you can let the negative energies out. And that works really well, but I'm not feeling anything negative, so we'll just, and then I just kind of like stick it in here. Oops, that worked better yesterday. Here, maybe I'll stick it over here. So I just kind of do it like that, and then I'll move it every so often, you know, so it has air to breathe. Anyway, we'll set that over there. I'll just keep an eye on it. So anyway, I'm not affiliated with Amazon or this Satya, so I can't give you a discount or anything. But it wasn't very expensive. I got this in a 3-pack. I want to say it was like $6 or $10, something like that. Not bad at all. And I think about 15 sticks come in here. It says 15 grams, but I wish it would just say how many sticks are in there, but I can't find it on here. But anyway, you get a lot, and you don't even have to burn a whole stick if you don't want to, so you're trying to conserve or something. So now I got, okay. So I start the video, or I mean, before I start the video, I pull the cards, I get an overall feeling, and it'll be like a blanket coming around me, like that. And my feelings, my mood, my everything gets set aside, and I'm just feeling what you're feeling. So, you know, I have to really clear everything out between the readings because they are all so different. Every time I do a reading, it's completely different, a completely different feel. Even if I pull the same cards for, you know, 2 signs, it will be completely different. So I think that's a little bit unlike, and not to, you know, put any the readers down. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You could just do it however, because it's your intention is the most important thing. Just like with Reiki, it's your intention that's important. So, but I think it's a unique way to do it. So, okay, guys, this will be for Gemini, July 2023. The first card I pulled was a Nine of Swords. So it looks like you're up in your head, you're up at night, going over, I don't know if you can see down here, there's people fighting on this wooden pedestal bed thing. And I think this person is up, can't sleep at night, and thinking about this argument that you had with someone that's very close to you. So it could be a family member, husband, wife, not gender specific. And this is a general read, so, it can be, just take it as it resonates with you. It'll be different for everybody, right? So, but anyway, this is a heavy feeling, and let me read what I wrote down here. When the messages start coming in to me, I start writing. I can barely keep up writing with the messages coming in. It's like taking dictation or something, So I have to write everything down so I don't forget anything. Okay, so yeah, you're just going over and over what happened. But the white gown I see is purity of heart. So I feel like your heart is in the right place. And I don't really feel like this is your fault at all. And I also felt strongly that there was nothing that you could have done differently. So try to get past those feelings. It's almost like a guilty feeling, because I don't think you could have done anything differently. If you can't do anything differently, then you just have to accept and stop resisting it, right? And also, time heals most relationships, especially close relationships. Of course, not always with like a husband and wife situation, but with children or friends or whatever, normally make up for the most part eventually. So that's about all I got from it. It was just straightforward, and the main mission, or the main message I got was there was nothing you could do differently. Okay, so stop blaming yourself. Stop looking for ways that it was your fault. Just accept the way it was, the way it happened, and ask the angels for help, because we were given free will, so we have to ask for help. But once you ask for help, ask God, Jesus, Mother Mary, the universe, whatever. Just ask, the archangels, your higher self. I ask them all. I bring everybody in when I'm in a headspace like that. I pray to everyone, including the universe, including to the animals, the mushrooms, the wildlife, the trees, everything, because we are all connected, intricately connected, way more than we realize, I think. So anyway, that was that. In the bottom of the card, I got the Two of Pentacles. So this coincides with the other card, the Nine of Swords, and 9 and 2 might mean something to you. I see here that you're trying to keep the balance with this relationship, but it takes two people, to really keep the balance. Like you can't really make a relationship work all by yourself. You're giving 100%, the other person's giving nothing, or they're giving 2%. That's not a healthy relationship. And hopefully this is just a temporary situation and not like a everyday situation, I'm hoping. You can let me know in the comments if you'd like. And I love to read the comments, good or bad, negative or positive, and I will always comment back to you. Eventually, I work nights, so it might take me a day or two, but I will get back to you. So I wrote, you may be feeling small compared to this other person, because it really stood out to me this time, the big ship and the little ship. And you're juggling. Like, I feel like this is you, your pinnacle, and you're sure about yourself and how you feel, but you're not sure about this other important person in your life. And I felt like this person might be intimidating. Or you have them up on a pedestal maybe, but we're all equal, every one of us. So that was the definite feeling I got, is intimidation, and that you feel like this person has more power over you. It could be financial. It could just be in the home. Maybe you're a stay-at-home mother or something like that. But I definitely had those feelings very strongly. And then I just wrote, yeah, your heart is in the right place. I said that before. And I feel like that's the most important thing, is that stay true to yourself. Keep your heart in the right place. No matter what they've done to you, if it's a betrayal situation or, something like worse, stay true to yourself. Don't think about revenge, because revenge is so negative, and it's not going to help you in the long run. If you cannot live with this person that you're fighting with, then, you need to move on, move out, whatever it takes to get away from them, especially if they're like a narcissist, because narcissists are unrehabilitatable, in my opinion. So my mother was a narcissist, and it was very hard. So, and I tried my whole life to change her and try to get her to be like a better person, but to no avail. I just wasted my time, and I kind of wish I would have just cut that relationship off many, many years ago, but I didn't. So anyway, she's passed. She passed away 3 years ago of heart failure, and then she had stomach issues the last week. She just couldn't keep anything down, but she wasn't all bad, and narcissists are not all bad. They do have some good about them, but I just question how sincere it is. They can talk a good game. They can say and do what you think is expected of them. But I don't feel like their heart is in the right place, like, ever. So, or what hasn't been for me in my situation. With my mother, I've had narcissist bosses before, and this last boss, I just had to just quit. Like, I just up and quit without any prospects of a new job or anything, but I could only take so much. So, and I'm just done with it. Like, I'm just too old now to be putting up with such BS. So that's just my opinion. You can do whatever you want, but these are just suggestions. So, okay. And it's just my experience, because that's all I have to go on, right? For the most part. So your crystal angel card was Aqua Aura. It's a beautiful stone. It's a beautiful blue-green stone, and it's similar to like this one. But it's even prettier than that. This is just a cheap little one. But it's like that color there, you know. It's really pretty. And it can vary, you know, from a blue to more blue-green to even almost green. So, but anyway, I wrote down the meanings of this. And I'll read it to you first. It says, healthy communication in relationships, heart-to-heart discussions, and clear, assertive communication help you understand and be understood. Okay, I'll read this one more time. Healthy communication in relationships, heart-to-heart discussions, and clear, assertive communication help you understand and be understood. So this coincides with the other cards. I'll hold this up here. And at some point, you might want to turn off the video and just meditate on this card and this aqua aura stone, because that will help you. Even if you don't have the actual gemstone, you can just look at this, or you can go to YouTube and look up aqua aura gemstones and meditate on that, and you'll have real pictures instead of, you know, like this card here. But either one I feel like will work really well, so you don't have to rush out and buy one. But this will be a good stone for you to refer back to in the whole month of July. Okay, so here, I'll go a little closer. So the meaning of the stone is calming the emotional body. So this is really needed, right? Let me show you that. You need to calm the emotional body so you can sleep better and function better. As if you're arguing with someone or whatever, and you're not sleeping as well, that'll really take a toll on your health, and you won't be able to think clearly. So sleep is super important. Okay, so it releases negative energies, the stone. It opens you to joy and optimism. It's an uplifting stone. It helps express your inner truth. It opens your throat chakra for better communication. Strong connection to water is indicated here. And you see it had a lot of emotional water roller coaster back here. But you're on solid ground now, so don't worry. You're on solid ground. I feel like this situation's going to work itself out in just a little bit of time. And this stone also increases spiritual awareness. Okay. It's a beautiful card, isn't it? Okay, guys. I think that's your reading for July. I usually do like 2 readings a month, you know, like a mid-month reading and the beginning of the month. Last month I wasn't able to because I just started this job and I was just exhausted the last couple of weekends, so I just needed to sleep. But I'm going to try to go back to that, and I'll also be uploading more short videos. You have to do this in 59 seconds or less, or it's not a short video. So I feel like I kind of come off bossy sounding sometimes, but I don't mean to. And I'm not trying to tell you what to do. These are just suggestions. I call it advice, but it's just really suggestions. But I know that word advice triggers some people. But I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just giving advice that has helped me my whole life. So I only put out there the most important ones that I think that have really helped me, no matter how simple or complicated. And So anyway, I'll be uploading that. I might do, I've had ghosts around me my whole life. So I was thinking about doing a little series on all my ghost adventures, you might say. I have a couple of videos that I put on of you could go back to that. And it's a ghost swinging and a big swing. So if you're into ghosts, you should go look at that one. That was pretty cool. And then I have a couple of audios of ghosts. But most of it, I don't have any like evidence or anything, so I would just be telling my story, and hopefully people will comment and tell their stories. I just thought that would be kind of fun. And I might do a UFO series too, but that will probably be later on. And I've had a few experiences with that as well. And I've mentioned a few things on my channel, so if you're into UFOs, go look at those videos. All right, guys, well, I hope you have a great July, and I hope to see you here next time, all right? Okay, have a good one. Hope things get better. All right, I'll say a prayer for you.